ब्रह्मा कुमारीज लेकर आए हैं अपने सभी दर्शकों के लिए 24 घंटे का टीवी चैनल पीस ऑफ माइंड।
Namaskar and welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Namaskar.
Om Shanti.
And
Thank
Om
you.
Shanti. Welcome to Going Beyond.
Thank you.
There's a nice message today which I would like to share. The one who is the master of the self is able to master situations and control people or situations. If there is an attempt to control situations and people without trying to control the self, it becomes impossible. It only takes things more out of control and leads to extreme emotions like anger. To be a master means to be a master of one's own feelings and emotions under all circumstances. It means to have the reins in one's own hands.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wonderful. This is exactly what you were speaking in the last episode.
Yeah, but look at the powerful statement. If we try to control people and situations without controlling ourselves, it's impossible. If you just look at this line like this, many will not agree. Because it is something that we're doing most of the time, trying to control our children without controlling ourselves. Trying to control teams at work without controlling ourselves, which means trying to get them to behave or be in the right manner without ourselves being in the right way. And sometimes we are the right way internally, but in the process of trying to get things right, we lose our right way. Let's say early in the morning we're calm, we're peaceful, very fine, feeling very nice inside. The day begins and things just don't seem to be going the right way. Let's say I have a meeting at 9 o'clock and the driver's not come on time. And you're supposed to be here by 7:30. It's 7:45, still not here. Situation. And now, what's my right way to be? And then when the driver finally does reach at 8 o'clock, what is the right way to be? Every time focus what is the right way inside before trying to create the right way outside. And then we are in the car and there is a traffic jam. Things just don't seem to be moving this way or that way. What's the right way to be? And then I reach the office and there's supposed to be a meeting, but the person who was supposed to arrange everything hasn't prepared everything in the meeting room. What's the right way to be? Then the people with whom I was supposed to have a meeting haven't kept their appointment at the right time and they are half an hour late. What's the right way to be? Scene after scene after scene. Every 5 to 10 minutes we can come across another scene. There is no end to situations. There is no end to how people can behave because each one is just behaving their way. Right or wrong? We don't know, but it's a choice that they are making today for situations or reasons known to them. But it's their right way as of today. Even if the whole world says it's a wrong way, it's their right way today. They are going to be like this. Let's say somebody is upset, then they're going to be upset today. It's their way today. I cannot keep changing people's way of being and living. And sometimes we get so entangled in doing this in the name of responsibility. It's my responsibility to get things done in the right way at the right time.
My duty.
My duty. My duty is what comes from this line. My duty is just to be the right way. And when I am being the right way, things will automatically flow the right way. And if nothing seems to be flowing the right way, at least one thing can be the right way. At least me can be the right way, instead of everything having gone out of control. And that's why it says so beautifully, if you're trying to take control of situations without taking control of yourself, it's impossible. Simply because something or someone is gone out of control. Let's say somebody is cheating, out of control. Out of control means disconnected from the original pure self, is out of control. Somebody is angry, disconnected from peace, so out of control. It's like a car gone out of control, which means different from its natural way of being. So when we say out of control, we just need to understand, what does it mean? Situations and people out of control.
That's what they say. He had too many drinks, so he's out of control.
Out of control. So I need to see that this person is out of control, but here I'm fine. As of now, I'm still fine. But if I don't take care of myself and try to control him, which means you shouldn't be talking like this, you shouldn't be behaving like this, is this the way you have to work? How many times I have told you this is not how it is supposed to be? Very soon, within the next 2 to 5 minutes, I will be going out of control.
Yeah.
Right? And by another 5 to 7 minutes, one out of control will be trying to control another out of control. So it's very important, one out of control. This line, we can just pick it up and keep it, and it says it's impossible. So let me tell this to myself. It's impossible to control people and situations without controlling yourself, because one out of control cannot control another out of control. It's like one wrong has no right to say that the other one is wrong. When at the Brahmakumaris, the daily godly versions that we study, there's a very beautiful line, because many of us say, I can handle this, I can manage people, but if somebody is dishonest, I just don't like it. Or somebody will say, but if somebody is not sincere, I just can't stand it. So then we are taught that, okay, fine, that person is wrong. Okay, let's even say this person is wrong, even if you want to say it's wrong. So he's being dishonest, he's cheated, he's wrong. By shouting and getting angry, on which side of the right and wrong are you? You're definitely not on the right. So which means you shifted to the wrong. And now, once you are on the wrong, what right do you have left to say that somebody else is wrong?
So both of us are wrong?
Yeah. So one wrong has no right to say that the other person is wrong.
So one wrong has no right to be wrong and say that I'm right.
Yes, absolutely. And one wrong will not make the other person right. You know, in the name of discipline.
Yeah.
Like parents.
It's just a mistake.
It's a mistake, but one wrong, which means if I go out of control, I will not be able to make the other one right. You know, like a child has made a mistake and cheated or lied or just angry or irresponsible. And when the parent sees this, the parent can get hurt, upset, angry, any kind of a reaction. So child out of control, which means disconnected from the original quality, and seeing the child, parent out of control.
Usually, sister, I've seen that when the children are fighting, if I also go out of control, I cannot control them. I also start and join and then, you know, then they'll start saying, it's because of you, Dad, because finally this. You are. Instead, if I'm stable, then only I can.
This is the mantra then. Yeah. This is it.
And even two people fighting on the street, I've seen so many times, if I get angry and try to go, then we also become a part of the fight. You're not outside it.
Very good.
Because you also get beaten up, then you also start beating. So 3 people start fighting, then 4.
Now, like this is working in a physical sense.
Yeah.
You're seeing this in a physical sense, that if somebody is fighting and if I get entangled in that, then I become a part of the conflict very soon. Now, sometimes there might not be an external fight. There might not be an external conflict, but sometimes it could be out of control here. Let's say somebody is upset.
This fight is there because being out of control here itself.
Yeah,
no?
but sometimes
That
you
was
might
lead-
not
that
see it
led to
externally.
that.
Yeah, but sometimes you might not see anything external. See, emotions are not necessarily always manifested in the outer world, but we carry a huge lot of emotions inside. So we need to also take care that if someone is emotionally out of control, we will have to be the right way. And it need not be always anger. Like sometimes we've seen if a child is depressed, it's quiet, he stopped talking, he doesn't want to take part in anything. It's medically, he's under depression. What's the role of the parent?
You know what parents would do? What is happening to you? Why are you so lazy? Look at your friends. Why aren't you do? We give you everything, whatever you want. What is the thing which we haven't given you? Where is my mistake? What have
So
I
this
done?
is one option.
Yeah.
This
Or
is
the
one
other
option.
option is
The other option is
to sit
the
down.
parent gets very hurt, very low. My child is under depression. It's for the parent, it's as if it's the end of everything. The parent very soon appears to be more depressed than the child. Now, at such times, we talk to
who
parents.
should go to the psychiatrist?
No, at such times, see, a psychiatrist can give you medical assistance, can give you counseling. But finally, for anyone in a low phase to be able to come out of it, needs a very, very healthy environment at home. Very high energy. What does anybody need to come out of low energy? Needs very high energy. But what happens is if one is low, everyone at home also becomes low. And then one out of control cannot control another out of control. And that's why it says it's impossible to control them without taking control of yourself, which means you will not be able to pull them out of their emotional turmoil unless you are out of it yourself. So the priority is not how should I take care of them. That's secondary. That is second responsibility. First responsibility, how should I take care of myself? Now this will apply, like you said, in anger, but it can also apply in low phases. That if someone is low, I cannot go low, because even then I'm out of control. So anger seems to have become one of the things which works today and seems to have become the way of living. People cannot even conceptualize how can work get done without using anger. And so then very soon, having used it a couple of times, very soon it becomes our deep-rooted sanskar.
So because you're using this tool more, the tool of anger, because everything is getting done.
Everything is getting done, yeah. But, and we thought not only to get work done, but also to discipline people, anger is the way. To teach people the right way to be and the right way to do things, anger is the way. The anger will only first damage me, nothing else, and no one else. Because after some time, other people around me get quite used to it. And they soon become very immune to it. Especially if somebody has a repeated sanskar. It's not once in a while, but it's a very repeated sanskar.
But because it becomes repeated automatically. If, as you said the other day, once you do the first time, you should be careful. Second time, third time, fourth time, it's become so easy.
Yeah, but the frequency...
And repeated becomes a permanent.
Yeah, but the frequency at which we are using it, let's say somebody would get angry once in a week, someone once in a day, and someone can get angry 20 times a day.
I've heard people being proud, the mothers being proud. Please don't talk to my son. He is very, very, very angry man. Just be very careful. Everybody's made this anger into a huge strength.
Power.
As it's become a part of people's normal speech. Don't you dare touch me. Don't you come close to me.
But we just need to wake up to the reality that anger is deep, deep, deep weakness. Deep weakness. Because
So these souls, the young souls who are fighting all the time and being are very proud of their anger, you mean to say they are weak souls?
what happens when we are angry? When I'm angry, what are the 2-3 things that are happening?
I lose my
One,
temper.
yeah, I lose my temper means I lose control. I lose control first over myself. Now, anyone who cannot take control over themselves, how powerful are they? You know, because power means, like you said, the reins are in my hand. So power means things are in my control.
When
So,
I can't control myself, then how am I so powerful?
powerful?
I'm
I'm
strong.
far away from
weak.
powerful. I'm far away from powerful. So I cannot take control over myself. Then I am trying to take control of other people without taking control of myself. I will not get the result. And when I don't get the result, I get even more aggravated because it becomes a repeated sanskar. If you see somebody when they're angry, it's actually like temporary madness. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know how they are behaving. It's not only out of control here, they even go out of control here. I mean, people can lift and hit objects, people can use all kinds of words, which is not their normal self. This is not their vocabulary, this is not their personality, but in those few moments, it's someone who's got totally disconnected from their normal self. So it's actually like temporary insanity. They're not normal at all at that time.
Definitely, I agree with you.
So you
temporary.
cannot call that strength. It's deep, deep weakness. But the more we reaffirm it and enforce it, and the world seems to be looking at it as a power statement, the more the sanskar is getting deeper. And it starts from simple irritation. You know, anger may not be every time in the form of anger, but it can be with irritation. And irritation could be on the smallest things, like I'm switching on the computer and it's just taking 10 seconds longer than what it normally takes. Or I'm connecting to the internet and it's just taking another 5 seconds longer than what it takes normally. I just have to check those 10 seconds. How am I feeling inside? Am I able to just sit back and wait for it? Tick, tick, tick here, and one is tick, tick, tick here. How much, what is my thought? This is awareness. It's taking only 10 seconds more. How are those 10 seconds for me? What is crossing my mind? Why is it taking so long? Itna time? So long? How much time? And those 10 seconds seem to be like ages, only because of that tick, tick, tick inside. So it can start with that simple irritation. And once started, this irritation would come in little things. Why are they not working like this? Not big mistakes. People around me are not making mistakes all the time. People around me are not behaving wrongly all the time. They're just doing things their way, simple ways. But I have got this habit of getting irritated. Somebody will overtake me from another side, I will get irritated. Look at people when they're sitting in their car. And there's a running commentary about how other people on the road are driving. It's here, inside. Now what I forget is, created once, this is becoming my sanskar. It's going to go with me in my next interaction. So initially irritation, if not checked at that level, then anger. If not stopped at that level, then frustration. Not stopped at that level, then rage. So now I need to just stop and check where do I want to stop this emotion, because it's creating chaos inside and outside. And so I'll have to first check my belief system. Work gets done with anger.
When I was a child, I heard a story which everybody knows probably in India, that there was a snake who used to bite people around in a village, and the children and the people were very angry with that snake. And once the sadhu was crossing, a saint was crossing the village, they told him about the snake. So he called the snake and he told him, why are you doing this? Why are you biting all these kids? What have they done to you? Stop doing it, don't do it. And he left, and the snake listened to him. And while coming back from his yatra or pilgrimage, he saw the snake almost half dead, children throwing stones at him and making fun of him, playing with him, whatever. Then he said, Sadhu says, the saint says, what's wrong with you? He says, you told me not to bite everybody and be quiet, peaceful. And look, this is the result. Then the saint says, no, I didn't tell you to lose the hiss. At least do that so that they don't come near you or they don't throw stones at you or they don't misbehave with you. But I just told you not to bite. Now, people can interpret the story into different ways and say...
I was about to say that, yeah, totally.
Now, so these are the things we are taught from childhood.
Yeah, and then they were taught, no, the things taught were beautiful, the meaning was beautiful, the interpretation was my choice. Actually, what this story is trying to share with us is, don't bite, which means don't use anger, but don't forget your power. Because a lot of the law, with yourself, a lot of people associate peace, positivity as a weakness, which means if I'm peaceful and positive, the world will trample over me.
Crush me.
And stories like this always reinforce that belief system that the world will crush me. Positivity outside, peace outside, yes, the world will crush me. Because internally, I don't have the power to face the world. And internally, I'm creating a lot of anger. So I don't have the strength to work with the world. Then I will get crushed. I will get exploited.
You know, sister, what something crossed my mind just now while you were talking. A peaceful saint, powerful within, who throws stones at him? They touch their feet.
Absolutely.
See, I realized just now, how can anybody say that if I'm peaceful and, if I'm not angry, people will crush me?
Right.
They go and touch the feet of peace, the most peaceful people. Our Dadi Janki, she's so peaceful, Dadi Gulzar. People, we look at them, who throws stones at them?
The peace and the power inside creates a vibration, an aura of the person. And this person need not be a spiritual or a religious head. This person can be the CEO of a company. This person can be a parent at home. But they're not peaceful outside and turbulent inside. If I'm peaceful outside and turbulent inside, then my energy field is very different. And then it's a conflicting message. I'm angry inside, trying to be peaceful outside. It's an effort. So by the time I'm making so much effort, I have depleted myself of energy, and then I don't know the right way of working with people. But peaceful inside, powerful inside is positivity. People cannot even take a chance of making a mistake with this kind of a person, because that power has an effect on people around. So positivity is strength.
This is the first line. If you control yourself, then you control the world, you control the situation and the other people.
And that is what we had seen, that if you take charge of yourself and stop controlling people, you will shift from control to influence. This is influence. Now this person just has to be who he is. Just be himself. His vibration will get work done, because people will not have to work for him, people will want to work for him, because the vibration empowers them. Words, anger, aggressiveness, I have to work for them, because I'm getting that anger, I'm getting paid, I have to work for them. But if I'm getting love, peace and power from somebody, I want to work for them. And then you will have to tell these people, enough, you worked too much today. They'll say, no, we want to do more, because they're getting that energy, that power. Nobody will trample you. People will stand with you now. Now, anger, people will do work for you while you're there. But behind your back, there are too many other things happening. And inside the mind, there is too much happening. So we need to shift, take control inside, and then taking control outside will not be needed at all. Things will flow, work will happen, people will be their way, and we will be comfortable.
So much energy we would save.
Absolutely.
And we otherwise, the other way, the anger thing, I used to use that. I used to be tired by the evening, it depletes your energy. But same thing, if I remember a phase of our Guru, Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, look at him, working from 3 o'clock in the morning till 11, 12, meeting people, talking to the people, their problems and everything. So full of energy, peace. You feel like respecting that kind of a person because of that power.
Absolutely. You feel like respecting the person because of the power. You don't have to respect the person because of the outside power.
The anger power.
Yeah, the position power. Just because he's my boss, just because he's my parent, I have to respect them? No, I feel like respecting them. See the shift? Now this has shifted from controlling people to influencing people. They feel like doing it. And so, like it says, the reins have to be in your control. Today we are trying to take the reins of other people in our control. We have to take the reins here in our control.
So I, the soul, have to have control on my senses. Otherwise,
things will go out of control.
If I want people to feel, as
like
I told you, they feel like respecting.
And most important, it's not for other people. It's just because that is the way for me. That is the way to happiness, harmony, love. There's no other way. There's just no other way to experience it. Second, of course, to share it with the rest of the world. But we're trying to create happiness by controlling other people, by getting work done out of control. And that's why the line said
the result is never happiness.
That's why your line said impossible. So we can just take this as the line today. It's impossible. And let's decide we are going to get work done with peace and love. Anger is not the way for us.
Can we not say we are going to get work done? Or can we say the other way? With peace and love, work gets done automatically.
Initially, we'll say we are going to get the work done. And once we experiment with it for a few days, that's why we start with the belief.
Start happening.
And then we will change the line for ourselves, not because anybody else will say, but for ourselves. And then we will say, peace and love is the way. There is no other way. Work will automatically happen.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you very much on going beyond anger. And when angry, you lose much more than your temper.